video, we are going to practice using suggested bank rules. Now, the exercise we're going to follow along with is over here on the right-hand side, and this is pulled from our advanced level ProAdvisor certification course. If you would like more information about that course after we go through the exercise, be sure to click on the link below in the description. Let's dive right in and see what our scenario will be for today. Craig has decided to use a rental whenever he wants or when he needs to rent equipment for his various jobs. After you categorize a couple transactions, you notice that QBO is suggesting that you create a rule for this. So, what exactly is going on here? Let's take a look. You will need to be in the sample company to do this exercise. If you're not sure how to get into the sample company or get your own free QBOA account, be sure to click on the link below in the description. I have the sample company pulled up here on the left-hand side. This is what we will be working in today. So let's get started with the exercise. We need to get to the banking center. So from the left navigation bar, we're going to hover over transactions and then select bank transactions. Here is that left navigation bar, and here is transactions. Hover over that and then select bank transactions. Now, you could have also selected bank transactions right up here. This would have taken you to the exact same place. It's just that it's already bookmarked. But if you are working in a client's books that do not have the bookmark, you would do this of the way that we just did it, where you'd hover over transactions and then select bank transactions. Now, if this is your first time in this area, you will get this pop up. It's just an overview from QBO giving you an understanding of what is going on in this area. Go ahead and click out of it. And now let's go ahead and dive into our exercise. We're going to click on the 800A rental transaction. Don't click add, but just click anywhere in that transaction. So if you scroll down a little bit, you should see it close here to the top. Here is a rental for 800. Just click anywhere on that line to expand it. Now, a rental needs to be added as a vendor. So to do that, we're going to, in the vendor customer field, select plus add new. So click into this drop down right here, then go ahead and click on plus add new. In the vendor display field, we want to type a rental. That is this one right here. So go ahead and type a rental. You will notice that this is the correct contact type. It is a vendor, which is exactly what we want. So we are going to leave it as is. Go ahead and click on save. We are good here. But as a note here in real life, if you have any other information that you can fill out for this particular vendor, you would want to do so in here. We don't for this exercise, so just go ahead and click on the green save button. Now in the account field, let's go ahead and select equipment rental. That is right here. Currently is uncategorized expense. Click on that down arrow and then scroll up a little bit. We are looking for the equipment rental that is the sub account of job expenses. So here is job expenses. We want the one that is the sub account of that one, the equipment rental. And you can tell it's a sub account because it's kind of indented a little bit over. There is like that space. This is like a parent account and this is a sub account. So go ahead and click on it once you find it and then click on the green add button. Notice that QBO has automatically suggested that you use the same category for the other transactions with the same description. This is not the same as a suggested rule. So here you can see it is categorizing, or it had categorized that 800 one. It is already done. It's been added. But the other two that were remaining in the bank feed are showing as this suggested category because it's the same one as the other one. So now we're going to click on the 1200A rental transaction. We're going to click on add. That is this one right here. So click on add. And when you do, you'll get this little pop-up. Now, because this is the second time you have added a transaction with the description of a rental, QBO suggests that you add a rule to save time in the future. At the bottom of the suggestion, QBO tells you how many of the current bank fee transactions this would apply to other than the one currently suggested. Note that the rule will not apply to that $200 A rental transaction remaining in the bank fee because that one is for money in, and the transaction that we are currently working on is for money out. So it's saying no more are currently there, even though we know that there is another one for $200. This was money that was in, is money that was received versus money that was paid out, which is the two that we just worked on. So we want to click on the button next to yes, use the same category. So click on that. And when you do, the information is going to appear. It says payee for a rental, which is perfect. And it automatically confirms transactions that it applies to. So we are good with all of this information. We want to click on create rule, but as a note here, you could click on edit rule if you wanted to make some changes to it before saving. We don't, everything looks good, so click on the green create rule button. Now, if you do not want to be prompted with suggested rules like we just were with that pop-up, you can turn off that feature at any time by clicking on the grid gear and unchecking that box. You can also turn off suggested categorization here as well. If you remember, as soon as we did that first one, it suggested the category for the other A rental. So here is that gear icon, that little grid gear, not the one up here, but the one just above the bank feed. And here you can see it's currently checked to show suggested rules. And then this one is enable suggested categorization. So if you want those off, this is where you would turn it off here within the bank feed. And that's it. That is how you would work with suggested bank rules. Now, if you like this exercise and you want to do more like it, or if you would like more information about that advanced level ProAdvisor certification course, be sure to click on the link below in the description. And I will see you in the next exercise.